and Now biscuits.
Governor Pakop applauds citizens. Bomana sewage construction nears completion. And RPNGC elected member of Interpol. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. NCDC Governor Poes Pakop has commended the people of Port Moresby for their overwhelming participation and discipline during the PNG 50th Independence celebrations, describing the events as a showcase of unity and pride.
Governor Pakop says there are indications that National Capital District had demonstrated to the nation and the world that Port Moresby is becoming a safe, vibrant and modern international city. He acknowledged communities, stakeholders and partners who contributed to the year-long programs, beginning with the anniversary launch in February and leading up to the major festivals, concerts in September. Pakop explained that these events highlight PNG's ties with Asia, the Pacific and Australia, while igniting a spirit of unity and pride across the country. He further noted that celebrations create economic opportunities with hundreds of SMEs, artists and cultural groups benefiting from the markets, performances and service provisions. According to the governor, this platform enables local enterprises to gain visibility and confidence while generating much needed income. Pakop also thanked government agencies, police, defense, private partners and volunteers for ensuring incident-free celebrations. He also commended students and teachers who participated in this September 16 flag-raising ceremony. He concluded that PNG's 50th anniversary celebration success gave Port Moresby the confidence to host large international events in the future. Charlie Dumavi, National EMTV News.
Construction work to the Bomana sewage plant outside the Correctional Service Minimum Prison Wing is nearing completion, says a contractor. This is a 7 million kina project that started early this year following a deal signed between the Correctional Service and Lome Payne Construction.
The project involved old pond to be removed and pipes to be connected to a new pond located 300 meters away from the west wing of the minimum security at Bomana Prison. Months have gone past and the contractor, Lome Payne Construction Limited, is halfway through. Managing Director Jacob Wallo gave an update on the project.
The project is taking the place, and these are the pipes we ordered from Australia, 450. These are remaining ones. Are still here. And we're going to put it through the pond and we're going to pipe it out. These remaining pipes. And this is the tank, 40 by 20 meters. And we're trying to construct, it's already been dug out.
Mr. Wallo said there were delays in terms of funding, but they have secured the piping before they could commence work on building the sewage.
As soon as the funds are available, we are here to complete the project. We are given a task, and by today we wrote a letter up to the Treasury Minister and the Secretary, CC to the relevant authorities like NPC CEO, Chairman CEO, and the State Zone. So we are really having a tough time, and this is one of the huge projects for the state.
The contractor said the total cost of the septic tank is at 1.6 million kina and the size will be double from previous and is estimated to last over 50 years. Pakatambua National, EMTV News.
Police Commissioner David Manning has confirmed that the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary has been elected to the International Criminal Police Organization in the Interpol Asian Region Committee.
49 countries came together last week at the Interpol Asian Region Conference to discuss topics like cybercrime, fugitive tracking and child exploitation. Police Commissioner David Manning said Papua New Guinea, as the largest Pacific island force, was recognized for its significant input in regional security and combating cross-border crimes. Assistant Commissioner of Police Orges Hete, with years of experience in frontline policing and complex investigation, will represent Papua New Guinea on the committee. Other countries joining the Interpol Asian Region Committee include Fiji, Australia, China, India, United Arab Emirates, Korea, and the Philippines. Interpol Secretary General Waldesi Urquiza emphasized that regional police cooperation is crucial to combating evolving cross-border crime, requiring faster, smarter, and united responses. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
State of Emergency Controller in Porgera and Assistant Commissioner of Police Joseph Tondop is appealing to the leaders of the Yakuman and Yangakun tribes to help end the ongoing tribal fights in Wapanamanda, Enga Province.
Police Commissioner in the Islands West, ACP Joseph Tondop, emphasized that the uncivilized mindset of the people must change, urging local leaders to take ownership and work towards restoring peace and normalcy in the community. The ongoing tribal fighting started with a murder incident, and according to ACP Tondop, leaders from both tribes failed to show leadership in ensuring the rule of law was followed. The tribal fighting has resulted in destroyed properties, deaths, and suffering among the communities. ACP Tondop has called for suspects to surrender and plans to meet with Yangakun leaders on Wednesday to discuss possible resolution options. On Friday, September 26, leaders from both tribes will visit Wapenamanda to discuss ceasefire conditions and present written court orders from Wabeg. Additionally, leaders residing in Port Moresby have been asked to meet at the Gateway Hotel on Thursday to discuss ceasefire conditions. All parties are urged to avoid further commotions and allow the police to fulfill their responsibilities. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
With the aim to strengthen financial system in the country, the Bank of Papua New Guinea and the Commercial Bank have reached a historic milestone with the signing of a master repurchase agreement. BPNG Governor Elizabeth Guinea says this will transform the operations of Papua New Guinea's financial system.
In a press statement released today, BPNG Governor Elizabeth Guinea said the Master Repurchase Agreement, or MRA, establishes a framework that allows the commercial banks to borrow and lend to one another, as well as with the central bank on a collateralized basis. This means interbank transactions can now be asset-backed by government-inscribed stock, removing counterparty risk, building confidence between financial institutions, and supporting the development of a deeper and more active interbank market. Governor Elizabeth Guinea said the commercial banks had traditionally lent funds to each other on an outright basis with no underlying collateral. She said collateralized repos and reverse repos remove counterparty risk and lay the foundation for a deeper and more liquid interbank market. This achievement follows the introduction of the bilateral repurchase agreement in 2019, which only applied to transactions between each commercial bank and the central bank. The new Master Repurchase Agreement extends this to transactions directly between the commercial banks, aligning PNG with the international standards. The next step will see these operations integrated into the Central Security Depository, or CSD, system portal later this year, enabling online transactions. By December 2025, BPNG aims to annex the MRA into the Global Master Repurchase Agreement, fully aligning Papua New Guinea with global best practice. Pakatambua National, EMTV News.
Theodis Limited has officially signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Women's Microbank Limited to launch a strategic partnership aimed at advancing financial inclusion and improving access to affordable goods and services for women, families, and small business across Papua New Guinea.
Under the agreement, Mama Bank customers will benefit from the Mama Bank Loyalty Card, which provides exclusive discounts of up to 10% on purchases at TOD's outlets nationwide. The program is designed to support women and rural communities by easing access to essential products that enhance education, livelihoods, and everyday living. Reaffirming the company's continued support for inclusive community development, CEO of TOD's Limited, Kumar Balia, said for over 50 years, TOD's has proudly served the people of Papua New Guinea with quality and affordable products. This partnership with Mama Bank reflects their ongoing commitment to supporting families and communities while creating real value for women and small businesses through innovative programs like the Loyalty Card. CEO of Mama Bank, Gunani D. Das, said the partnership aligns directly with Mama Bank's mission to empower women and drive financial inclusion. Through this partnership with TOD's, their customers will not only enjoy discounts, but also gain improved access to products that help them build stronger futures for themselves and their families. The MOU will remain in effect for 3 years with potential for renewal. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken's the best idea. Yeah.
This stuff, right?
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you,
Yum.
stir fry for you, and chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Goodpilla mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Goodpilla data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Auntie, I'm all do Danis. What's a sekim sol? Me play winning well hip hop dance championship. Now you winning one. Auntie, come to go see.
You play or is that? You fit no run.
You think you passed it.
Spots. It's in me.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
* Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National MCV News. Pacific International Hospital launched its visa medical examinations at its PIH Medical Center in Goroka, making the process more accessible and affordable for the Eastern Highlands community and surrounding regions.
This new service eliminates the need for individuals to travel to Lae or Port Moresby for visa medicals, reducing both travel and accommodation expenses. CEO of PIH, Col Sandeep Saligram, said bringing visa medical services to Goroka demonstrates their commitment to making advanced healthcare more accessible across Papua New Guinea. He said they are particularly pleased that this will be a great boon for labor mobility workers, providing them with the medical clearance they need quickly and conveniently. This initiative is part of PIH's continued efforts to support the people of Papua New Guinea with world-class healthcare and specialized medical services, while also contributing to the nation's workforce mobility and development. Updated PIH visa medical network are at Port Moresby, Mount Hagen, Kokopo, and Goroka. Nicole Rema, National MTV News.
The host governor of the 34th Senior Education Officers Conference, Gary Jufa, encourages education officers to be vocal about issues affecting the education system to bring changes.
Our Governor Gary Jufa says there are a lot of challenges already affecting the education officers to educate the children, and they must speak up. He says the world is changing every day with the inclusion of technologies such as artificial intelligence, and PNG must also start educating students in a global standard to contribute meaningfully to the world. He shared the same sentiment with Minister for Education Lucas Dekena in calling for a great reset in education as the country enters into next 50 years. Dekena says being in Popondetta for the 34th Senior Education Officers Conference sends a message that education is for every province, district, ward, and families. He reaffirmed the government's commitment under the National Education Plan 2022 to 2029 to ensuring that every child has access to quality education pathways. This means strengthening foundational learning, making schools safe and inclusive, empowering teachers, and expanding alternative pathways through FOD, TVET, and higher learning institutions. Both the leaders stressed that Papua New Guinea children are brilliant and full of potential, and to realize this requires empowered teachers, bold reforms, and united action. Charlie Dumavi, National MTV News.
Within just 4 months, Dibu Primary School in the remote Arabaka local level government in Ramu district completed a double classroom with a 50,000 kina funding assistance from the Medan Governor Ramsey Pariwa in April this year. Dibu Primary is a new school that was established in 2021 by parents and community in Ward 9 to cut the hardships and long walking distance their children have endured over the years. Following the presentation of 50,000 kina by Medan Governor in April this year, an education official, Kenneth Kalai, assured the school in getting it registered with the National Education Board in order for government assistance to go through. Governor Pariwa recently visited the school to officially open the new double classroom. Mr. Pariwa praised the head teacher and board of Dibu Primary School for wisely utilizing the funding assistance to complete the school facility in just 4 months. He said this effort gives trust and confidence to assist remote schools in Medang province. The member for Mendi Munihu and Vice Minister for State-Owned Enterprises, Rafael Tonpi, has raised concerns about people's attitudes hindering development in Southern Highlands Province.
During the 50th Golden Jubilee celebration in Mendi, member for Mendi Muniu highlighted that negative attitudes among the people are a significant barrier to progress in Southern Highlands Province. Mr. Tonpi stressed that the success of local development projects in Mendi are heavily relies on the support and positive engagement of the people. He challenged the people and the leaders, including himself, to change some of the behaviors and attitude to see changes in the province.
Senis in non come up law, you blood the son but me. Also member must senis. You blood clear what? Member must senis too. Governor, you must senis. Prime Minister must senis. All administration must senis. All law and order and police must senis. Some way you Mr. working on something, you know, right? Today I'm telling you, senis.
He further expressed that today's problem is not development but people's attitude.
Problem is not development. You know, government. Our problem is our attitude. Personally, we are senis. We are so lazy. We are sitting around doing nothing. You may just stop nothing through, stop good.
He added that through people's bad attitudes, law and order has become a major problem in Mendi Valley.
Law and order and Bagaraw plan development. Law and order issue in Setlong, especially in Mendi Valley. But you blow all this good so me just throw my talk.
He finally called on the people of Southern Islands to release back state properties that doesn't belong to them, including land and staff houses, back to the responsible authority for the betterment of the province in terms of development.
Mediterranean, you may still implant the ground. You may still implant the house. House where you not build from a 1 block 1 to a long end. You sleep, stop inside. Ground where you see me legally long end, you make him and blow you.
Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
This morning at 7 a.m., the vessel MV IBK departed Port Moresby for its maiden trip to Hiu, Baimuru and Kikori in the Gulf Province. Commissioned on the 18th of July this year, MV IBK set sail this morning with the member for Kikori, Soroi Eoe, on board with staff and guests. The initials IBK represent the 3 local level governments in Gulf Province, Hiu, Baimuru and Kikori. The landing craft barge was purchased mid this year to improve sea transport for passengers and cargoes, including market produce between Kikori, Port Moresby and other parts of Gulf Province. MV IBK represent progress, unity and a vision as the country clocks 50 years of nationhood, connecting remote communities and unlocking access to services, trade and opportunities for the people of Gulf and the country as a whole. Papua LNG project received its environmental permit from the Conservation and Environment Protection Authority for the upstream facilities, which is held by Total Energies EP-PNG Limited. This follows the issuing of the first of the 2 required permits, which was done in April for the downstream facilities.
After 6 years of processes applying for upstream Level 3 environmental permit, the Papua LNG project's upstream facilities developed by Total Energies EP-PNG Limited was issued the permit from the Conservation and Environment Protection Authority. The permit was presented by the Managing Director for SEPA, Jude Tukulia, in Port Moresby today, with first permit being issued to ExxonMobil for the downstream facilities in April. Mr. Tukulia said this now completes the required environmental permits for the Papua LNG project.
I would like to congratulate Total EP Total Energy EP PNC Limited on ensuring that you have complied with all the requirements under the Environment Act. And I'm honored to be present today as the Director of the Environment to present the environment permit to the upstream developer of the Papua LNG project, Total Energy EP Limited, on behalf of the government of Papua New Guinea, on behalf of my minister, and on behalf of the regulator, SEPA.
Papua LNG Public Affairs Manager Richard Kasman, when receiving the permit, said the successful issuance of the permit reflects a decade of collaboration effort and regulatory due diligence between SEPA and Total Energies.
This is definitely a milestone for us. It's a key part of the process of licensing and regulatory. That the Environment Act of Papua New Guinea is quite a rigorous act, and we as a developer have worked closely and collaboratively with SEPA to deliver the various reports and allow SEPA as our regulator to go through and assess.
The permit outlines conditions to the upstream component, including the development of environmental and social management plans, which details how potential impacts will be mitigated, monitored and reported through project life cycle. Pakatambua National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2319 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2316 US, $0.3481 Australian dollars, $0.1881 euro, and 33.87 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed lower, copper closed unchanged, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Telecom is offering 2 phones at one price. This is a Telecom 121 and Telecom A551, bundled at the price of 199 kina. T121 phone features include 4G compatibility and camera, while the A551 phone features dual SIM and an AF camera. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk today to grab that pair-perfect phone deal.
Number one, super and loyalties are all semi.
Number one's for everyone on land
and on the sea.
Number one's for everyone.
No matter what you do, well, I work hard for family. We work hard for you.
What if every drop of waste oil you poured away could turn into something worse?
50,000 liters of oil is believed to have spilled into the
Waste oil doesn't just disappear, it seeps into our rivers, poisons our land, and suffocates wildlife. Every drop counts, and every drop adds up. With Dunlop, we can recycle used oil to prevent this destruction. Recycling oil not only cleans our environment, but also reduces the need for new resources, saving energy and protecting ecosystems. Let us handle your waste oil and help protect our environment for generations to come.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. The people of Lake Copiago in the Koroba-Copiago district in the Ella province were gifted with a new council chamber, upgrade and fencing for the airstrip and a new terminal at a cost of more than 6 million kina through a partnership with the national government, the local DDA and LLG.
The event was attended by high-profile delegates, including Coffee Minister and local member William Bando, Provincial Administrator Marago Dagoba, and the LLG President Stephen Andrew, amongst others. Local member William Bando said his people are fortunate to receive such state-of-the-art building that will change the face of the district. He further said this shows their commitment to ensure that everyone receives important government services, regardless of their political choices or affiliations. He urged the people to look after such important services and pledges his ongoing support towards the development and progress of the district. Meanwhile, the LLG President Stephen Andrew acknowledged the support. He affirmed that this is the first of its kind in this part of the district. Andrew thanked the member and the team for bringing in such services to the district and his LLG. Minister Bando and his team also paid a visit to Paka in the Awi Lagayu LLG, Kuchabi in South Koroba area, as well as the rural Lake Copiago where the Highlands Highway ends, to show continuous affirmation of important services delivery. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
National Fisheries College in Kavieng celebrated PNG's 50th anniversary with staff, students, families, and surrounding communities recently.
The event is part of a series of events by National Fisheries Authority, or NFA in short, held in Port Moresby and Medang as maritime provinces with established base of the National Fisheries Authority. Speaking during the event, National Fisheries College Principal Asi Anas gave a rundown of the history of the institution in alignment with the birth of PNG as a new nation 50 years ago.
We started off with Australia. We are known as Fisheries, Forestry, Agriculture, FFA. Okay? We are not alone. Fisheries, Forestry, Agriculture.
Director of Primary Industries Gideon Bokosaya also highlighted the important role that fisheries play in the development of the nation over the last 50 years.
Fisheries is a very important sector because I'm impacting life from planting man. This is a coastal province. Not only this province benefits, but Papua New Guinea.
The event had traditional attire competition and cultural display of song and dance that signified the true spirit of PNG's diverse cultures, embedded in the fusion of unique traditions, from New Ireland and across Papua New Guinea.
Our fisheries are among the richest in the world, from coastal reef fish that feed our families to the vast tuna stocks that power our national economy. In New Ireland province, fisheries has always been more than just an industry.
Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Moving to overseas news, U.S. President Donald Trump has hailed Charlie Kirk as a great American hero. While speaking at his memorial in the state of Arizona, tens of thousands of people gathered at the stadium to remember the right-wing activist who was shot dead at the university event in Utah nearly 2 weeks ago.
When Charlie Kirk died, the 31-year-old was known mostly among young conservatives. He was a man who had turned his organisation, Turning Point USA, into a vehicle for engagement of the young conservatives in this nation. Was able to turn people who had either previously been apolitical or potentially progressive to his cause. Donald Trump has credited him with being instrumental in helping him to win at the 2024 presidential election. But the nature of Charlie Kirk's death at the hands of an assassin has ensured his place in the conservative zeitgeist. And what we saw in this memorial was a high production set of big keynote speakers as well as Christian rock bands, but it was the tens of thousands of people who were willing to turn out to support not only Charlie Kirk's widow Erica and their children, but also to ensure that people knew that they were soldiers of this conservative Christian movement. Donald Trump was the final speaker, and this is how he remembered Charlie Kirk.
Less than 2 weeks ago, our country was robbed of one of the brightest lights of our times, a giant of his generation, and above all, a devoted husband, father, son, Christian and patriot. Charles James Kirk was heinously murdered by a radicalized, cold-blooded monster for speaking the truth that was in his heart. He was violently killed because he spoke for freedom and justice, for God, country, for reason, and for common sense.
There are many people concerned on the left that Charlie Kirk's memory is being utilised by the Trump administration to go after people who are critical of.
Protesters have clashed with police in the Philippines' capital, Manila, with thousands gathering for rallies against corruption.
Several demonstrators were arrested for burning tyres and throwing stones at police who formed a blockade around the presidential palace. Public disquiet has been growing over government corruption, and last week 2 senators were implicated in the mishandling of billions of dollars in government-funded flood control projects. Parts of the Philippines were heavily flooded during this year's monsoon season, despite $14 billion going to flood mitigation efforts since 2022. The nation's president, Fernando Marcos Jr., says while he supports the public's right to express their outrage, protesters need to remain civil.
Make them answerable for the wrongdoings that they have done.
You let them know your sentiments. You let them know how they hurt you, how they stole from you. Yell at them and do everything, like demonstrate. Just keep it peaceful.
Palestinians living in the West Bank have cast out what will actually change after Australia and other countries officially recognize Palestinian statehood.
You're not going to find many people here who are not going to welcome a decision like Australia has just made to recognise a Palestinian state. What you will find are people questioning why it's taken so long, and those who are cautious about whether this will actually have much of a tangible benefit to their lives in the short term.
It's right. The recognition of those countries, Australia, Canada, Britain, Spain, is a very good thing. But it's late, and too late.
To give you a sense of the geography here, the old city of Jerusalem, which Israel seized back in the late 1960s, is less than 20 kilometres in that direction. But for Palestinians here, if they want to travel there, that process could take hours, if they are even allowed to travel at all. And that's because Israel controls all entry in and out of the West Bank, even along the international border between the West Bank and Jordan. Beyond that, there are roadblocks and checkpoints scattered throughout the area, impeding travel, particularly near Jewish settlements, which continue to grow and which are considered illegal under international law. That, along with the surge in settler violence towards Palestinians and things like the financial controls Israel places on the Palestinian Authority, makes life incredibly difficult here.
Israel as a state is doing what it wants to do and not respecting international law. It doesn't hear or it doesn't see anyone worldwide.
One man we spoke to was critical of Hamas's role here and up to this point, saying that the October 7, 2023 attacks on Israel had been designed to take control of the Al-Aqsa Mosque in the old city of Jerusalem. But not only has Al-Aqsa been lost, but Gaza has too. Another woman said she'll congratulate Australia when statehood is actually achieved and not before that. What happens from here is going to be incredibly telling, particularly with regards to how Israel responds. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is already foreshadowing expanding Jewish settlements in this area to make statehood totally impossible.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has addressed world leaders at the United Nations in New York, calling on Israel to accept a share of responsibility for the devastation in Gaza.
Throughout this conflict, Australia has supported calls for a ceasefire because every innocent life matters. Every Israeli life, every Palestinian life. Right now, Gaza is in the grip of a humanitarian catastrophe, and the Israeli government must accept its share of responsibility. Tens of thousands of civilians have been killed. Desperate people, including children, denied vital aid. Aid workers killed, including Australian Zomi Frankham. Journalists killed trying to bring the truth to light. This comes alongside the continued illegal expansion of settlements on the West Bank and an increase in settler violence. Threats to annex parts of Palestine and permanently displace the Palestinian people. Such conduct risks putting a two-state solution beyond reach. That is where the current road leads. We must choose a different path. We must break this cycle of violence and build something better. Yesterday, Australia recognised the state of Palestine. We have been clear. The terrorist organisation Hamas can have no role in Palestine's future. Our recognition was predicated on commitments from the Palestinian Authority, reaffirming Israel's right to exist in peace and security, that Hamas turn over its weapons to Palestinian security forces and never controls Gaza again.
French President Emmanuel Macron began the conference by formally announcing his country's recognition of a Palestinian state. The position has been heavily criticised by Israel, but welcomed by the Palestinian Authority. Mr Macron confirmed several nations, including Belgium, Luxembourg and Malta, would also be recognising Palestinian statehood.
National MTV News continues after the break with Rukai Sports. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja ya? Yeah.
This stuff, right?
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
For 50 years, the Bank of Papua New Guinea has stood at the heart of our nation's journey, safeguarding stability, growth, and progress. In 1975, Papua New Guinea became an independent nation. That same year, our own national currency was launched, a proud symbol of our identity. Today, as Kina and Toya also turn 50, we mark this milestone with a special commemorative coin and banknote, celebrating our Golden Jubilee. More than currency, they are symbols of our history, our identity, and the pride of our people. Celebrate 50 years of independence. Honor the past. Inspire the future. Own a piece of Papua New Guinea's history. Papua New Guinea at 50. Our past, our identity, our future.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Join me every Thursday night as Sportscene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on Papua. Now an NRL team based here.
Create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name's Gemma Schnobel and you're watching
all the younger ones will follow.
Sportscene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Chuka Sports. A professional football coach, instructor and trainer of trainers, Andre Simmerling, says Papua New Guinea lacks football academies to train children.
Andre Simmerling, a trainer of trainers who facilitated an introductory course for coaches in partnership with Netherlands Embassy in Port Moresby and PNG Football Association last week, says PNG needs more academies. He says academies are important and PNG FA as well as the clubs needs to organize their academies.
You have to organize some academies here, academy from the Football Association, but also other academies.
He also added that academies give opportunities to not only players to develop their skill level, but also coaches to put their plans into practice.
Other academies where the coaches can work and where they can develop the level of the players here. It's very important.
Simmerling further stressed that different coaches may have different philosophies, including PNG coaches. Therefore, young children will have to start young to develop their knowledge of the game. This includes playing in a mixture of boys and girls as they grow.
Learn how to play together with girls or with boys together in one team, with a little bit older and a little bit younger in one team.
The current biggest football academy in PNG is the Hekari United FC Academy, established in Port Moresby, Wanimo, and slowly going into other centers. Charlie Dumavi, Chukai Sports.
Port Moresby Soccer Association teams continue to fight for top positions as officials remind players to uphold discipline and fairness on the field.
Teams are now battling for top spots in the Port Moresby Soccer Association as the competition heads towards its final round. The pressure is building, but also there is a call for sportsmanship.
All right, as the competition coordinator, my big encouragement lower clubs, it's going towards end of the season. Misa Sembayupla play strong try to maintain more position below you play. So me appeal again, fair play is very important inside of pitch, where you respect each other. After all, you come up one time with violence inside the field now, and me talk about some me say I'm planning on mari lo you. Me plan make sure you must get down with this punishment time you cause an incident inside the field. So me just appeal again, Lola clubs, please play peacefully. Fair play na you may go finish him season lo me 2025.
The Port Moresby Soccer Association hopes this message resonates through the final whistle, keeping game great. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Binak Football Club has claimed the Medan Governors Football Cup competition in the Gima LLG leg competition, walking away with 20,000 kina cash prize last Saturday.
Medan Governor Ramsey Pariwa's sponsored football competition at Gama ended over the weekend with Binak FC taking home 2,000 kina top prize. Duma Duala scooped 1,500 kina as runner-up, followed by KO Particles with 1,000 kina and JRN Singai closed the top 4 with 700 kina. The week-long event hosted both basketball for women and football for men with a total of 48 teams from both competitions took part. ADK1 won the basketball title with 1,000 kina cash prize, while TSA walked away with second prize of 800 kina. As second runner-up, followed by KO Particles who received 600 kina, and ADK2 closed off the top 4 with 400 kina. The Gama LLG bordering Jiwaka province and Medan for the first time hosted a football tournament, and it is said to be the highlight of the event. Gama Sports Association Chairman Vincent Karim expressed his gratitude and appreciation to the Medan Governor, Ramsey Paria, for initiating such sporting event. He said this is an historic moment for them because such an event has never happened in their area. Community leader Boniface Aiwa also praised the initiative and the participants, saying the event has united youths and keep them occupied. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Telecom is giving its customers nationwide a chance to win 100,000 kina worth of cash prizes. Every week, Telecom will be giving away 500 kina to 10 lucky winners. And our major cash prize of 50,000 kina will be shared to 4 lucky winners from PNG's 4 regions. Plus runner-up consolation prizes for 1,000 participants for data bonus prize. Get your entries to go into the draw to win big. Telecom, great value and PNG owned, sure feels good. Join us weekly on MTV News, A Closer Look, the current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
Healing to all the residents.
business,
Beer launched its VPN.
politics,
To infiltrate into our systems.
sports, and more.
Yamini Park as we observe the preparations for the women's.
A Closer Look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. The Kiunga Sports Oval is undergoing rehabilitation to facilitate local competitions to take place. The oval rehabilitation is currently undertaken by Lotic and LBL contractor to build stands and other necessary facilities to allow recreational activities to take place.
Lotic Managing Director Anthony Amara Singh says the construction will not only allow for the rehabilitation of the playing field, but also building of stands for the spectators to sit on and watch the games. Amara Singh says the rehabilitation follows through the completion of Kiunga Sports Club, and the sporting field will complement the infrastructure development that is happening in Kiunga Township. He says there are already plans on how to manage and improve the facilities going forward with the support of Western Provincial Government. Moreover, Western Provincial Administrator Robert Alphonse Kayung says such small development is an effort to support local businesses to grow, to give confidence and employment to the local people. He says the facility will benefit everyone, including school students, parents and the surrounding villages. Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
The Te Ariko Rugby League is back in action in Lokea after flooding forced a month-long suspension of games.
The Te Ariko Rugby League has resumed in Iokea, Gulf Province, following a suspension due to heavy rainfall and flooding. President of the league, Kauvu Morehari, confirmed the return of the Rugby League competition earlier this month, with one round already underway. 12 teams are taking part in the 2025 season, including 5 teams from Iokea, 2 from Sepoe, 1 from Sarota, and 1 from Miaru village. Among the participating teams are Bulldogs, 48 Roosters, Oroi Sharks, Dolphins, Storms, and Panthers from Iokea. Sepoe is represented by the Knights, while Miaru fields a single team. Morehari said the league has a tight schedule due to delays in current PNG Rugby Football League calendar. As a result, matches will be fast-tracked to ensure completion of the season. Round 6 is expected to be played next weekend. The Te Ariko League serves more than just sporting purposes. Morehari emphasized that the competition is also a pathway for selecting players for the Gulf ISO, the province franchise team in the National Rugby League. Beyond talent development, the league also plays a key role in social change. The aim is not just rugby, it is about giving youth something positive to focus on, keeping them away from drugs and alcohol. As games resume, excitement is building among local fans eager to see their village teams compete. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Number 1, super emojis are all send me.
Number 1's for everyone on land
and on the sea.
Number 1's for everyone.
No matter what you do, well, I work hard for family. We work hard for you.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation. Telecom is offering 2 phones at one price. This is the Telecom 121 and Telecom A551, bundled at the price of 199 kina. T121 phone features include 4G compatibility and camera, while the A551 phone features dual SIM and an AF camera. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk today to grab that hair-perfect phone deal.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
More than the life we know. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby, mostly fine to partly cloudy periods. And Popondetta, mostly cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms. Then morning fog patches.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
EMTV, number